control, and we certainly know those are real programs. And they'll pick somebody who's already unstable and create a psychological compulsion. But you got a guy who is a confirmed, quote, very liberal. We've got it from all these different angles. Just literally, it's got to be more than 30-plus people, I haven't even counted, who said, yeah, he was real liberal. He was involved in animal rights. He was a nice guy. He was for marijuana decriminalization. And then he starts taking hallucinogens. Then he starts listening to really whacked-out music. And his whole personality changed. He took on that aura of darkness that nerds tend to think is powerful. And I'm just, again, giving you the MO of the average person that likes to imagine that they're a devil or a vampire. Anybody who studies culture knows that's one of the most popular cultures out there right now. And most people, if your 15-year-old daughter likes to dress up like a vampire and have black fingernails and thinks it's cute and is into vampire books, most of the time it's not going to be a problem. But a lot of times they start cutting themselves. They start committing suicide. It's very, very dangerous when people start going down this road. And I just want to tell all the nerds out there, if you want to find real power, find God. Find creativity. You want to find real power, go down to a soup kitchen and help homeless people. And obviously he tried to find himself going out and helping at the local animal shelter, but that was 2 years ago. He got sucked into the whole devil culture. And whether you believe in the devil or not, his mind manifested that in this type of cold-blooded murder. He manifested that archetype that is in all of us. That's why what you are into and what you focus on, that's what idols were all about. You think the ancients just worshipped idols because they were a bunch of idiots? They worshipped idols as they were building that image in their mind's eye to then basically project their will. That's what all of this is. That's what a talisman is. That's what magic is. That's what focusing is. Your will is incredibly powerful. We are creators. We build things. We construct things. And we first construct things in our minds before we physically manifest them. That isn't magic. Magic is simply a way to compartmentalize that in the subconscious to the conscious in the ancient mind before we understood science. Now we understand the human mind and more and what we're capable of. And if Max Planck 110 years ago, the physicist, could envision atomic theory and on a chalkboard write out equations with uranium that could power giant reactors in cities or destroy them. Nikola Tesla could envision what is HAARP weather control today over 120 years ago. So this guy focused on death and destruction, and he manifested it. A cocktail of women. What did I say Sunday? This will be women refusing him. Then he gets into darkness, looking for power. And what does the archetype of Satan offer? Black power, dark, mysterious power. The weak see evil as powerful. It's sold as sexy, as alluring. How many times have we discussed this? But it leads to burning cities and piles of dead bodies covered in maggots. Its fruits stink to high heaven. If you think that's beautiful, that's because you've been turned over to this. And if you've got any tingle in your spine left, any tingle on your skin, any goosebumps when I talk about these issues, you still have a soul. You can still come back to the light. It's very hard to be fully given over to evil. Very few are. And so before you are in some hallucinogenic-fueled deviltry rage, turn back. See, first the New World Order says there's no good and evil, so that you're defenseless, so you can't recognize it, so they can program you with the archetypes of death and destruction. Recognize good and evil. What have I been saying the last month? The key to defeating the globalist is learning to recognize good and evil. If you can do that, everything else follows.
Your natural organic herbal formula for heart health is Heart and Body Extract.
My name is Van, and I'm 68 years old, and I live in Vermont. In the spring of 2003, I started to have problems with my heart. It felt like my heart was pounding, made me feel breathless. I tried many different things to try to get some help for myself. Nothing did anything.
Heart and Body Extract is very powerful, very effective, and works quickly.
I saw one of Sharon's ads and ordered Heart and Body Extract. I noticed a difference quickly, within days. The episodes became less frequent, and by a month had completely vanished.
Usually you find a 30-day or 60-day guarantee. Heart and Body Extract comes with a lifetime 100% ironclad money-back guarantee. Details at hbextract.com or call 866-295-5305. Call 866-295-5305. 866-295-5305 for Heart and Body Extract.
They helped to create a new world order. We are part of a new world order.
A new world order based upon collective action.
Invisible Empire is a damning indictment of the globalists through their own words and documents.
The new world order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities.
It means all the world under their control.
The United Nations would take over America. The Trilateral Commission would control the world.
Invisible Empire chronicles how men of power and influence have worked in stealth for centuries to establish an oppressive world government.
I believe, first of all, that we now need nothing short of a world constitution for the global financial system.
Global governance with the establishment of the G20.
So it's going to be an inner ruling elite and then everyone else. And I got news for you. You're everyone else.
Invisible Empire. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com, or watch it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
I'm Roger Rao at Midas Resources. If you are going through a financial roller coaster because of your investment in stocks, bonds, and other paper assets, perhaps you're ready for a change. You have an opportunity to change your financial security. Get the stability and peace of mind you deserve by investing in precious metals. Gold and silver have been a form of wealth protection for over 5,000 years all over the world. If you have seen your hard-earned money lose value because of inflation, sliding dollar, etc., it's time you stop the bleeding. The answer to your problems is simple. Gold and silver will protect your assets and your purchasing power. Physical possession of precious metals, IRA rollover, etc. Call me, Roger Rao, at 1-800-686-2237, extension 178. Take action today when we are still accepting paper dollars for gold and silver. Ready for a change? Call Roger Rao at 1-800-686-2237, extension 178. Again, it's 1-800-686-2237, extension 178.
This is not a drill.
Repeat.
This is not a drill.
Gun sales are on a staggering pace.
Gun prices are going through the roof, and that means desperate, vicious criminals now want your guns
and will do anything to get them.
Now, a new book reveals powerful secrets for hiding your guns from thieves and looters. You'll learn step-by-step, battle-hardened techniques, where to hide your guns so criminals will never find them,
how to create the perfect hiding place,
as well as the places you should never hide your guns.
Under any circumstance.
These and other closely guarded gun caching secrets are guaranteed to keep your weapons safe and out of sight when the going gets tough.
But listen up.
For security reasons, the Hide Your Guns book and even the website may disappear without warning at any time. Go to hideyourguns.com.
That's hideyourguns.com.
Or call 877-327-0365.
Before they come for your guns.
Hideyourguns.com right now. Right now.
Was Loeffner in love with Congresswoman Giffords? We got Gerald Celente coming up. Break down the economy, the shooting, the police state. When people lose everything, they lose it. When they lose their minds, they've obviously lost it. And will they be able to use this to erect a police state? They are certainly trying, and as society unravels, you're going to see more of this type stuff happen, and we have to fully not just defend ourselves, but get on the offensive and say, how dare you blood libel? How dare you pin scarlet letters to people? How dare you say we need to shut up and give up our speech to you tyrants because somebody was whacked out of their mind on drugs and was obsessed with this woman and shot her and others? How dare you? The father and the mother of the little girl, the little green girl who was killed, have said that. And do they stop? No. They have no shame. Because they hate our liberties. What has Jay Rockefeller said in the last month? He said we would have been better off without ever having an internet. I want to shut down Fox and MSNBC. And if they can shut down their speech on those channels and imply that speech is bad, well, you see where we're going. The Second Amendment and free speech, along with property rights, are the last pillars to go. And I'm looking at Illinois, where they've raised taxes by 66% in one swing on state income taxes. I mean, I'm seeing other states. Some states are passing over 100 taxes when you add all the fines and fees in. I mean, New York State's doing that. The cities, I mean, it's off the charts. And it's all going to offshore banks. Talk radio isn't just under attack. America is under attack. If we lose the free speech and the Second Amendment and the property rights, which you all see now under attack, the FCC announced they're taking over the internet 2 weeks ago. They don't have jurisdiction. They're just declaring it, kind of like Hitler declared, hey, Poland is mine. Or kind of like the Russians declared Czechoslovakia was theirs. Or kind of like the French declared Vietnam was theirs. It's just, hey, internet's ours. We're going to start restricting. And then while they were gearing up all this legislation, they'd say, no, no, we don't want to take all your speech, just some of it. Oh, we don't want to take all your guns, just some of it. So here's Limbaugh. Well, first I'm going to get to the MSNBC. Here's MSNBC blaming it on Michael Savage. It's all his fault.
Stephen, I have to tell you that I'll mention a couple names without getting into too many fights. People like Mark Levin or Michael Savage, for example, who every time you listen to them are furious at the left with anger it just builds and builds in their voice. And by the time they go to commercial, they're just in some rage every night with ugly talk, ugly sounding talk. And it never changes. It never modulates. They must have an audience. I looked at the numbers today. They have big audiences. And I guess that's the question.
Aren't you jealous?
Why? And is it ever going to stop if it keeps working?
Is it ever going to stop if it keeps working? If it keeps working. He sounded pretty angry right there. He's calling it ugly talk, hateful. I mean, what about all these hypocritical statements by Democrats about lining Republican governors up and shooting them? All their statements about locking and loading. The West Virginia governor shooting bullets through the cap and trade bill. That's just political nomenclature. That's always been done. And I love what Sarah Palin had to say on this. We've got it up at prisonplanet.com. When was it less heated? Back in those calm days when politicians and political figures literally settled their differences by dueling pistols? That's right. Look, the world has never been tame, and it's never going to be tame. And now we learn the police had been, not once, not twice, not three times, and they're keeping it sealed. That's in the New York Times today. But they had been over and over again to Loeffner's house. He'd been death-threatening people all over the place. Now, I'm glad to see they're starting to arrest people that call up mayor's offices, citizens' offices, governor's offices, and death threat them. I've had enough of people on record death threatening me and using their name and doing it publicly. I had a guy 14 years ago on air saying where my sister went to school and saying go kill her when she was in high school, and nothing was done. The police wouldn't do anything. I had the videotape. The guy had an Access TV show. I took it to the police, and they laughed at me. See, they won't actually go after the real bona fide people. It's illegal to say, I'm going to kill you. And to be serious about it. So, here is this sheriff and this police chief and others getting all this political hay out of this when they didn't do their stinking job when a crime had been committed.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
You've heard Alex explain how the silver line